Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. Looks like we got some documents to look at. I've only had a chance to look at the probable cause affidavit for his arrest. I didn't see any changes. I did see one document there at the bottom we'll take a look at. But to be honest, this will be the first time me going through all these documents, so we'll do that together. Good to see everybody. What's up, D? Eminem, good to see you. Angela. So I don't know if this is going to be just like a big nothing burger or if we might find something interesting hidden within these documents. There's quite a bit of them. Look at that. She's like, "You want them? Here. You want to see what I've been dealing with? There you go." She must have watched my video yesterday. It was titled, "Yo, Goal. What's up with them docs?" What's up, Brad? Good to see you. Beth. Rain Dancer, what's up? Yep, got my coffee, grabbed a couple bottles of water. Looks like we're going to be doing a lot of reading. I'm sure we're going to skip through a lot of this, but and any of you out there, if you've been going through the documents and you have something that you think is interesting, we can always just jump to that as well. That'd be helpful. What's up, Brain Dancer and Vroom? Big Bird 420. Grunge Truck. Sparky. Yeah. GP. Diane Powell. Baby Doll. Horihitu. Suzaki, what up? 517. Purdue, what's up? Great video, you and Deb. You guys make a good team. What's up, Jill? Tattoo in the house. What's up? So yeah, this is very impromptu. I just happened to go check the website, and I was like, "Oh, they dropped the documents." They kind of did it in a weird way. They were like, almost like they blamed it on the bloodlust. I was actually making a video a while back. We did a live stream, and I called Detective Bob Burgess. He's the lead investigator on the Jordan Sofer case. So I was making a video of that conversation. And I was getting ready to take a break. So hopefully I can drop that video today. It's pretty good. A lot of information was provided by Bob. And I think that case needs a lot of attention. And I think it's important that people hear what he has to say about it. It's better that it comes from him and not me. Shane, what's up? Good to see you, Grunge. Who am I missing? Charlie Murphy says Dan Doolin was the conservation officer. Where'd you see that at? Oh, wow. Did Richard Allen's charges change? Hold on, I got to pull something up. Yeah, it says here, order issued. Pleadings and filings have been marked and sealed, confidential. Yeah, something's going on here. It looks like his charges changed to just murder. That's crazy. Here I'm being sent some news here. This is directly from Allen Superior Court, State of Indiana versus Richard M. Allen on June 28th, 2023. Judge Francis C. Cole, special judge in State of Indiana versus Richard M. Allen, issued an order unsealing records in the aforementioned case. Here, let me see if there's anything new. No. But yeah, it appears as if his charges have changed. I'm going to have to verify that. Sparky Doo with the super sticker. You guys, give me a moment. I'm going to pull up his my case real quick. Bear with me. Nope. It must be because I pulled it up on my phone. Wait, hold on. Charges. Okay. Yo, what's up, Fig? Good to see you. Polygraph, Kels, Susie. What? Richard Allen confessed to the murders on a phone call with his wife, Kathy. She hung up on him. What the hell? Where'd you hear that at? He admitted to Kathy on April 3rd. He committed the murders. What page is that? What's that titled? Let's get a look at that. Here, let's just start going through these. Let's see. Start at the beginning. That's page 1. That one's not opening. Whoop. This is a subpoena to the sheriff. Looks like they're going to inspect the inside of his cell. Here, let me go to the chat. Sounds like some of you got a head start on this. Maybe we can find those documents. How do we know about KA? He looks sick. Slay the rings. Has anybody had time to go through them? No, this is my first time. I'm just going to go through them with you guys. Figure we'll take our time. Hey, Indy, good to see you. Nora, hello. Hey, V, drive safely. Hi, Angela. Wow, about to call to his wife. She didn't know. Yeah, can you guys, can somebody put in the chat the name of that file, that document? This one is a certificate of analysis. Description of items, laboratory item 016, sealed paper bag containing a sealed envelope containing 40 caliber Smith & Wesson cartridge. It's the bullet. More on the ballistics. This one says notice of discovery. Hmm. This states here an order comes now, the court, and having communicated with the parties on defendant Allen's motion for order on continuing disclosure of defendant's mental health records, now grants said motion and orders the Indiana Department of Corrections and or any other departments, law enforcement agencies and or individual assuming jurisdiction over the care and the custody of Richard M. Allen to release to Attorney Bradley Rosie. So they're like, fork it over, buddy. Temporary restraining order. Says here the order directs the Indiana Department of Corrections and through its staff from videotaping any further attorney-client conference between the defendant Allen and his legal team. I wonder if that's going to create any issues in the during the trial. Oh. Thank you so much, Rescue. Thank you very much. Shout out to Sparky Doo and Rescue All the Dogs. Thank you. All right. Yeah, some of them are being gagged. There's a couple that I can't open. Hey, Peter, what's up? Good to see you, Marbles. Peter, yeah. This is the one where where they say he confessed to his wife. Okay. 627. Oh, wow. Yeah, here's the so let's just go through this. It looks like this is the probable cause affidavit, unredacted. Wouldn't let me open that one. Here, hold on. Let me close some of these. Okay, here it is. So here they have Kelsey's name, Kelsey German. Oh, they put some initials in here: RV, BW, and AS. That's interesting. Oh, that might help a little bit with this part. Yeah, it doesn't say anything here. It says investigators reviewing prior tips encountered a tip narrative from an officer who interviewed Richard M. Allen. Okay, this looks new. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is a. Yeah, I think this might be new, right? Investigators believe Richard Allen was not seen on the trail after 2:13 p.m. because he was in the woods with victim 1 and victim 2. An unspent 40 caliber round between bodies of victim 1 and victim 2 was forensically determined to have been cycled through Richard Allen Sig Sauer model P226. Um, okay, so this is the new part right here. Tony Leggett, along with investigators, believe the statement made by the witnesses because the statements corroborate the timeline of death, the two victims, as well as coincide with the admissions made by Richard Allen. Further, the accounts relayed by Betsy Blair. I don't know who that is. And then she must be the woman who saw him on the bridge. And these are the three teens, the juveniles, are similar in nature, and timestamps on photographs taken by BW correspond to the times of juvenile females said they were on the trail and saw a male individual. Investigators believe Richard M. Allen committed this kidnapping, which resulted in the killing of victim 1 and victim 2. From their prior conclusions, investigators believe Richard M. Allen was the male depicted in victim 2's video saying, "Guys down the hill." They believe Richard M. Allen was carrying his Sig Sauer model P226 on that day due to the cycled round matching that firearm was located within feet of victim 2's body. They further believe he was carrying the Sig Sauer model P226 from the audio from victim 2's video, in which investigators believe they hear the sound of the gun being cycled. And one of the victims mentioning a gun. Investigators believe after that time, victim 1 and victim 2 were removed from the bridge by Richard to where their murders occurred. Charges were filed against Richard M. Allen on October 28th, 2022 for 2 counts of murder. Once Richard M. Allen was taken into custody, he was moved to the Westville Correctional Facility, which is part of the Indiana Department of Corrections for safekeeping. He has been in said facility since November 2022. When Richard M. Allen entered the facility, he was placed in segregation unit for his protection. In the segregation unit, his cell is equipped with a video recorder which records his activities within the cell. There are also logs indicating when Richard M. Allen leaves the cell and for what purposes. He is also being seen by medical providers and mental health specialists to evaluate his physical condition and monitor his mental health. Richard M. Allen also has the ability to use a tablet in his cell to send text messages, make phone calls, and listen to music. Upon Richard M. Allen's arrival to the facility, he was placed on suicide watch because of certain statements he made about harming himself. Throughout his stay, his mental health improved to the point that he was taken off the suicide watch. He was also participating in recreation time and beginning to exercise. The facility reports that he was doing well and that they had no issues or concerns. His day-to-day demeanor was that he was quiet, read a lot of books, did crossword puzzles, and exercised daily. On April 3rd, 2023, Richard M. Allen made a phone call to his wife, Kathy Allen. In that phone call, Richard M. Allen admits several times that he killed Abby and Libby. Investigators had the phone call transcribed, and the transcription confirms that Richard M. Allen admits that he committed the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. He admits several times within the phone call that he committed the offenses as charged. His wife, Kathy Allen, ends the phone call abruptly. Soon after, attorneys for Richard M. Allen filed an emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. In that motion, the defense states that Richard M. Allen's mental state has declined because Westville Correctional Facility is unfit and that he should be moved. All right, I got to take a quick break. I need some water. Whew. See if I can catch up here on the chat. All right, just wanted to refresh my screen there for a moment. Hey, what's up, Chopper Harris? R. Barley. Just because the stuff doesn't list KK tie doesn't mean there isn't one. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, yes, there's a transcription and no recording. All right, let's keep going here. Soon after, attorney for Richard M. Allen filed an emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. In that motion, the defense states that Richard M. Allen's mental state has declined because Westville Correctional Facility is unfit and that he should be moved. Defense also makes allegations that his mental health has declined to the point where Richard M. Allen has been deprived of his constitutional right to assist in his defense of this case. Further, defense alleges that his mental capacity has declined because of his incarceration at Westville Correctional Facility. Defense has also challenged that his treatment is unconstitutional. Soon after, investigators were made aware by the warden of Westville Correctional Facility that Richard M. Allen began to act strangely. Richard M. Allen was wetting down paperwork he had gotten from his attorneys and eating it. He was refusing to eat and refusing to sleep. He would go days on end refusing to sleep. He further broke the tablet that he used for text messaging and phone calls. He went from making up to 2 phone calls a day as of April 3rd, 2023 to not making any phone calls at all. To date, Richard M. Allen still has not made a phone call since April 3rd, 2023. On April 14th, 2023, Richard M. Allen was evaluated by 2 psychiatrists and 1 psychologist to discuss his turn in behavior and whether or not there was a need for involuntary medication. The panel would also discuss moving Richard M. Allen to a different facility that has a psychiatric unit. From that meeting, it was determined that Richard M. Allen did not need involuntary medication and that he did not need to be moved to another facility. Since that meeting, Richard M. Allen has begun to eat again and has begun to sleep. His behavior has begun to return to what was prior to making the admission on April 3rd, 2023. Investigators believe the information that Westville Correctional Facility has gathered since Richard M. Allen was placed in that facility is important to the investigation. Investigators believe that there is a video evidence that will include his admissions, plus his behavior prior to the admissions and directly after. Investigators also believe logs kept of his daily routines are important to determine when he was in his cell and when he was removed and the reasons he was removed. Further, and records of physical exams and mental exams will be important to determine the state of his mental and physical health. This information is needed to refute the allegations made in the defense emergency motion to modify safekeeping order. Wow. So let's kind of talk about some of that stuff. He was wetting paper and eating it? Like, what the freak? That's a new one. Hey, Stephanie. I haven't seen anything yet. I may have missed something. I don't think so. I think I read everything that was new. So he confessed to his wife. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she comes to court and seems to be supporting him. Slathering says he could be covering for people. Yeah, he could be. Let's continue kind of where we left off. There's the supplemental order on safekeeping. Temporary restraining order. Releasing his records to his attorneys. Emergency motion to modify safekeeping. They mentioned that. More on the mental health records. Ballistics. So yeah, there's a lot to go over. What's up, Legion? The attorney said, "You told her what?" And she hung up too because she knew that he was incriminating himself. She's like, "I'm gonna." She wasn't appalled. She's like, "I need to hang up because you're about to convict yourself right now on the phone call." Motion to quash, subpoena. Let's see. Where's the original subpoena? Oh, well, we already know what it was for. State's motion requesting protective order governing discovery. Now comes the state of Indiana by prosecuting attorney Nick McClelland and advises that the state has filed charges against the defendant. Yeah, that's crazy that he would get the paper wet and eat it. Like, who does that? That does sound kind of crazy. Question is, was he crazy then? Hey, what's up, Tara? Yeah, he's definitely cooked. His goose is cooked. Fig says he wants a plea deal, it seems. Oh, was it Doolin for sure? Do you know if he's listed here in any of these documents? I would like to see that. Are we sure it was that Doolin guy? I mean, we suspected it from the beginning, but Shane says moral of the story is Alan is 100% involved. Yeah, let's keep going through these. Verified requests to prohibit public access to court record. Oh, wait. I'm not sure, Kevin. I mean, I'm sure I will. I need a chance to kind of read all this stuff. Do you guys know how to find it? Go to the Allen County Twitter page. They have a link up there. I'll put it in the description also of the video. Rule 404 and Rule 405 evidence. I still haven't seen a list or an inventory of what was found in the search. Have you guys seen that anywhere? Mandy says, nah, Kathy hung up because Richard Allen slammed her with reality. She seems the type that would create her own happy ever after in her mind and not let the bad things in. Yeah, could you blame her? What a horrible situation to be in. Like, live out the rest of your years in shame. Like, how awful. What a, yeah, don't need DNA when you have a confession. Be nice to have an answer if the DNA is not his. What's up, Jerry? The main with the fam. What I miss? Um, there's a lot of new information in there. Apparently, Richard Allen confessed to his wife Kathy when he first was put into custody, and I guess she hung up on him. It also stated that during his interviews, he would wet the papers and the documents and eat them. Like, what the hell? They named some of the witnesses. They gave some initials. We'll take a look again here. Defendant's motion to continue bail hearing. Appearance by attorneys in a civil case. The hell is this? Civil matter. Yeah, me too, Miss Mala. His letter. Oh, here's another letter. Or is this the same one? What the hell does this say? Corrupt. Here. Dear Clerk of Courts, I'm an inmate at Westville Correctional Facility in the same unit that Richard Allen is being housed in, awaiting trial. Let me try to get more information on this before we get into that. What is this? The same unit that Richard Allen is being housed in, awaiting trial. Richard Allen is being abused and mistreated along with other inmates in Westville Control Unit. Restrictive housing. There are corrupt officers and ranking officers calling Richard Allen a kid killer, teasing him that he has a visit from his family. Phone is ringing on his something tablet, GTL tablet. Inmates in cells A1 through 102. Logan Osborne, A2 207 inmates. Riley and A205 threatening to kill Richard Allen and telling him to kill himself. And these inmates have made these comments in front of Warden John. I can't read this handwriting. Ranking officers and officers, the sheriff has recorded on camera these inmates making these threats and suggestions to kill himself and has done nothing to stop it. I have proof and evidence of assaults by ranking officers and officers on inmates, abuse and mistreatment in grievance and the governor's office. Oh, so this guy has his own bone to pick here. His axe to grind. On March 21st, while in the same unit as Richard Allen, I attempted and spent 3 days in the hospital due to staff and officer abuse. While in the same unit as Richard Allen, I attempted. Oh, that's weird. It's a long letter. Robert Baston. Yeah, I don't know, Marsh. I don't see anything about other actors being involved, but we're going to take our time. Yeah, somebody got doxxed on Reddit for sure. Exhibit A. Notice of discovery comes now. The defendant, Richard Allen, by counsel. I don't know what this is. Looks like a subpoena. Oh, this is new. Let's see here. Nicholas. Here, let me put this on full screen here. Close some of these other ones. Oop. Okay. So here, Carroll Circuit Court, cause number, information, Richard M. Allen, Nicholas C. McClelland, being first duly sworn upon his oath, says that on or about February 13th, 2017, in the county of Carroll, the state of Indiana, Richard M. Allen did kill another being, victim 1, while committing or attempting to kidnap victim 1. I mean, is he just going to say the same thing about both victims? That's weird. All of which is contrary to the form of the statute in such cases made, providing, and here's his charges 35 42 1 1, and then the aggravating factor, the kidnapping, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. Witnesses. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't recognize a lot of these names. Oh, there's Dan C. Doolin. Interesting. You got some splaining to do. Yeah, so it looks like they're just repeating the same document for both charges here. Count one was a copy. Yeah, I wonder what that page is. The items that were taken. I wonder if I skipped over it or something. But we'll go back and look. If anybody knows what page number that is, let me know. Or the title of the document. Media interveners motion for leave to intervene. Motion to transfer. The parties, counsel, law enforcement officials, court personnel, coroner, and the family. Oh, here's the gag order. I think I already have this one open. Subpoena third-party records. Yeah, there's the witness. Betsy. Her name was Betsy, advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults. Sarah Carbaugh stated she was traveling east on 300 North. So that's the muddy and bloody witness right there. Sarah Carbaugh? I feel like I'm not saying that right. Let's see. Got some people showing up here. Olivia 2, CJK, JJ Mack, Chris Moyer, Demon 1800, Gladys. Good to see you, Gladys. Hey, Julia. It was just kind of impromptu. All right, and this is what we read earlier today, or earlier in the stream. So let's keep going here. Yeah, it says here, investigators reviewing prior tips encountered a tip narrative from an officer who interviewed Richard M. Allen. So they're not giving much information here. Yeah, that was a long letter. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of it was just wasn't even talking about Richard Allen. Izzy Beth? Is that who the guy that wrote the letter? Yeah, where is the search warrant inventory? I can't find it. Let's see here. Yeah, if anybody wants to, if you can find that itemized list of what was taken from Richard Allen. For some reason, I don't see it here. Nobody seems to have the name of the document, and I'm having trouble finding it. So if you can email it to me, that'd be cool. Here, the one talking about the CO is objection filed. Thank you so much. Two, 481. State's objection to defendant's motion to suppress. Okay, now comes the state of Indiana by prosecuting attorney Nick McClelland and respectfully objects to the defendant's motion to suppress and would ask the court to deny the same, and in support of said motion states the following: that on May 19th, 2023, the defendant filed a motion to suppress the evidence seized as a result of a search warrant executed on the home of defendant on October 13th, 2022. Okay, this might be it here. Yep, Dan Doolin, there it is. That in September 2022, while reviewing the evidence in the investigation into the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German, investigators discovered an interview that was done with Richard Allen in 2017 by Indiana Conservation Officer Dan Doolin. Dan Doolin, man, he was the guy that was standing up on that podium during the first presser. God, you got some splaining to do. Dan Doolin. And you've been quiet this entire time. You stood up on that podium while they played that video of this guy. Man, what do you have to say for yourself? That dude, he just became very suspect to me. I don't know about you guys. Let's continue on here. That in the 2017 interview, Richard Allen admitted being on the trail the day that Abigail Williams and Liberty German went missing. That he stated that he was on the trail between 1:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m., and that while he was on the trail, he was using his phone. That on October 13th, 2022, investigators invited Richard Allen and his wife, Kathy Allen, to speak to them to follow up on that interview done in 2017. So he went with his wife. Weird. That both Richard Allen and Kathy Allen came to the interview on their own on October 13th. Were not under arrest and were free to leave the interview at any time. that investigators learned from those interviews that Richard Allen reaffirmed that he was in fact on the trails that day that Abigail Williams and Liberty German went missing, and further admitted to being on the high bridge. That he also told investigators that he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with the hood, that he was wearing a head covering. The further, Richard stated that he did own guns and that the guns were in his home. Investigators learned from Kathy that Richard Allen still had guns and knives in the home along with the blue Carhartt jacket. Investigators believed a firearm was involved in that abduction and murder of Abigail Williams and Liberty German because an unspent .40 caliber round was found between the bodies of Abby and Libby. That investigators believed a knife was used in the murder of Abby and Libby. That the clothes that Richard Allen described wearing the day he was on the trails matched the description of the man seen on the bridge from the video taken by Libby German's phone. Wow. Page 16. Know the title? Here that I have a feeling it's going to be here. Based on this information, investigators prepared a probable cause affidavit with a search warrant for the home of Richard Allen. That the probable cause affidavit covers all the information that law enforcement had gathered. Let me check my emails real quick. Oh, nice. Thank you so much. So if it's not listed here, we got it. Somebody just emailed it to me. That the probable cause affidavit covers all the information that law enforcement had gathered in the investigation up until October 13. That investigators applied for the search warrant on October 13th, the same, and was granted that day by Carroll County Circuit Court Judge Benjamin Diener, who, I wonder if that's why he recused himself. I wonder if it had to do with Doolin. Investigators went to the residence of the defendant located at 1967 North Whiteman Drive, Delphi, Indiana, knocked on the door and executed the search warrant at 5 p.m. on October 13th, 2022. The search was completed around 7 p.m. The defendant and his wife were asked to be out of the residence while the search warrant was executed, but were allowed back in the residence immediately afterwards. Investigators found several items in the residence, including firearms and electronic devices, all of which is outlined in the search warrant return attached herein as states Exhibit 2. So yeah, I suspected it would be here at the bottom of this. That for a search warrant to be valid, it must be accompanied by an affidavit that establishes probable cause. It's all jargon. This is all legal stuff. Investigators believed at that time that they had enough probable cause to apply for a search warrant. Investigators also believed that if they did not execute a search warrant on the residence immediately, that there was a danger that the defendant would destroy crucial evidence in the investigation. The investigators believed through their training and experience believed that there was a real chance that the defendant would destroy evidence once he knew he was a suspect in the crime. Wherefore, the state has shown that the actions by the officers were valid. Yeah, this is a little different. This one has the names of the witnesses. Said hi, but man just glared at them, recalled him being in all black and had something covering his mouth. So yeah, this is the one that's completely unredacted. Let's read this. Detective Leggett has had an opportunity to review evidence collected in his investigation. Detective Leggett knows from his training and experience that when individuals commit offenses, evidence of those offenses in the form or pictures or location data is captured on that individual's cell phone. Detective Leggett also knows that individuals tend to download their phones to other electronic devices or use their cell phones in conjunction with other electronic devices, including iPads and computers. Detective Liggett believes the information gathered from witnesses, video evidence, and admissions by Richard M. Allen is reliable. Richard M. Allen places himself at the trails and specifically on the Monon High Bridge. He further admits that he is wearing jeans and a dark Carhartt jacket. These clothes match the clothes by the individual on the bridge in the photo taken from the video from Liberty German's phone. Detective Liggett was also able to corroborate the information that Richard M. Allen was at the trails near the time that Libby and Abby, at the same time as Libby and Abby. The picture of the individual on the bridge was captured by investigators from the video taken on Liberty German's phone just prior to her and Abigail Williams being abducted. The individual in that picture matches the description of Richard M. Allen. Detective Liggett believes that Richard M. Allen is the individual on the bridge. From Richard M. Allen's statements, investigators believe that Richard M. Allen was also on his phone when he was on the trail prior to meeting the girls. Very interesting. That, to me, that ties in the Anthony Shot stuff just a little bit more. I believe that a search of the residence located at 1967 North Whiteman Drive, Delphi, Indiana, located in Carroll County, as well as the outbuilding, the vehicles, um, will lead to evidence of a murder. Let's see. The following items were seized. So here's the list here. I'm assuming. Here we go. Investigating officer, Detective M.J. Harper, October 13th, has his address. Is that it? Oh, okay. A couple sheets here. Oh, this is page 2. The hell? That's weird. They don't have them in order. Oh, well. Sealed cardboard box containing one black Sig Sauer P226 40 caliber handgun. Provides the serial number here. It's interesting. Sealed plastic bag containing 140 caliber Smith & Wesson cartridge found in wooden keepsake box on dresser between both closets in master bedroom. Sealed plastic bag containing 140 caliber Smith & Wesson cartridge found inside the Sig Sauer P226 handgun. Sealed plastic bag containing 2 magazines, one filled with 9 40 caliber cartridges and one with 8 40 caliber cartridges. That's interesting. This dumbass never even used his gun after that and was still missing that bullet. Did you hear that? Filled with 9 40 caliber cartridges in one of his magazines and the other with 8. Crazy. Sealed paper bag containing 1 black Sig Sauer handgun case containing 1 trigger lock with 2 keys. Sealed paper bag containing a paper wrapped wooden weave box containing 2 audio Vox device, 1 silver Motorola flip phone, and it has the MSN number here. That's interesting as well. 1 silver Motorola flip phone has the MSN here. 4 car chargers, 3 wall outlet chargers. Here, sealed plastic bag containing 1 Lexar compact flash, 1 gigabyte memory card. Guess we would know if there's anything found on that. All right, let's take a quick little break, catch up on the chat. I don't want to lose my voice. I can feel it getting kind of scratchy. Hey, what's up, Handsome Kent? Good to see you. Miss Persevere, what up? Thank you, Mandy. Yeah, we found it. I knew if we were just patient, eventually we would just stumble upon it. But I mean, that's really the most important thing I wanted to see was some of the redactions that were taken from the probable cause affidavit. And it looks like there was 2 forms of the probable cause affidavit. So definitely going to take my time and go through all of this. Probably maybe tonight after the members meeting, if I have time. If not, tomorrow morning, and then we'll go live about it. I'll try to find all of the good stuff in there, the important stuff, and consolidate it, and we'll just focus on that. Like I said, this stuff was just released. I'm looking at it for the first time with you guys here live. Right? Like, what's he doing? He's like listening to the murder sheet on his iPad, like getting all pissed off. He heard that Kagan Klein was talking to McClellan, and he broke his tablet. He's like, shh. Yeah. Let's see. The document name, I don't know. That's like really long coded. But let's get back to this here. They found, or they also logged sealed paper bag containing 1 pair of dirty Thorogood boots, size 7.5 men's, and little tiny feet. A sealed paper bag containing 1 pair of dirty black boots, size 6.5 regular. The fuck? Sealed envelope containing 1 silver double-edged knife and a silver metal sheath. Well, that's interesting. They found a knife containing 1 brown, gold, and silver folding knife. Black sheath containing 1 brown, gold, and silver folding knife. A black sheath containing 1 black-handled, silver-bladed imperial knife. Black sheath containing a foldable knife with red and gold handle. 2 Ozark trail knives. Black sheath containing 1 knife with a wood ivory handle and a gold guard. 1 rusted old-timer folding knife. 1 sharp 2-bladed folding knife. 1 black folded Gerber knife. And another black folded knife. This dude has all kinds of knives. Sealed envelope containing a red-handled Crosley multi-tool. 1 blue multi-tool, 1 green and gold Indiana National Guard multi-tool, and 1 black multi-tool. Black sheath containing a brown-handled, silver-bladed saber. Bowie knife. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, that one caught my attention. Blue jacket with red stripes, Adidas. I think we saw that in one of his Facebook photos. Blue jacket with red stripes Adidas. Do you guys remember that Camworth guy? He kept putting this Adidas jacket on all his videos. That's interesting. Sealed paper bag containing one blue 1/4 zip sweatshirt. Containing one black and green Fox hooded sweatshirt. Black and gray North End coat. Blue Carhartt coat. Timberland boots size 8. One pair of blue Arizona jeans size 34-29. Some more. Looks like they bagged all his clothes. A couple pairs of jeans. Arizona, Levi Strauss, Levi. Winter gray hat with fur-like fibers. I know that Kim Riley said he thought it was a hat with the flaps. I wonder if that's what that is. Black and red UFC hooded sweatshirt with the full zipper. George sweatshirt. Black and blue Walmart sweatshirt. Blue George sweatshirt. Blue Kenneth Cole sweatshirt. Blue Fruit of the Loom sweatshirt. Blue starter sweatshirt. Hooded shirt. Looks like they just bagged all his gear. Containing one brown fitted cap with a small bill. Oh, yeah? That's interesting, too. I wonder if they're able to... How hard would it be to get the DNA off of that stuff? Gray and black. Wait, hold on. Black WRI stocking cap. One black NASCAR Ford racing stocking cap. Well, he's a fan of racing, apparently. One black Adidas stocking cap. One red, white, and gray brown Canada stocking cap. Gray and black Adidas skull cap. I think we've seen him wear similar things like that in some of his wife Kathy's Facebook photos. NFL Colts skull cap, Carhartt stocking cap, gloves, and one extra glove. Fabric strap and one blue and green fabric strap. HP laptop, HB Pavilion laptop. Plastic bag containing multiple headbands. Cardboard phone box containing miscellaneous cellular information. Sealed paper bag containing one Winchester Supreme Elite empty ammo box. I wonder what size that is. Sealed envelope containing one smaller envelope containing one Cruiser Micro 2 GB flash drive with Rick on the back. 1 terabyte Western Digital hard drive. Samsung phone in a floral case containing a miniature katana with a red tassel. Black sheath and a Rapala fillet knife from the garage. Black sheath one, the best defense knife from garage. Black external hard drive and cord. Smaller envelope containing one black iPod. Another 30 megabyte SD card and 256 megabyte SD card. Sealed cardboard box containing one black sheath with an animal imprinted on the front and one large wooden handled knife with a rusted blade from the garage. Miscellaneous vehicle chargers, wall outlet chargers, phone accessories, HP laptop charger, pagers, flip phones. Damn. Verizon slide smartphone, Motorola Verizon smartphone, AudioVox, one Nokia. This dude has all kinds of phones. What the hell is he up to? Unless he's a pack rat. Twist cell phone and documents. Garmin box containing one Garmin Street Pilot C340 device, 2 cords and documentation. Plastic bag containing motorcycle cover. A lot of cell phones. Cutting of a carpeted area underneath the spare tire of the Ford. That's interesting. Sealed envelope containing a cutting of a carpeted area underneath the spare tire of the Ford. Wow. Yeah, so if you're going to wash it down or try to get rid of evidence, that might collect right there. 2 plastic wrappers containing 1 swab from a driver lap belt and 1 swab of the driver's shoulder belt of the Ford Focus. So they did a swab there. Plastic wrappers containing 2 swabs from the passenger side carpeted floorboards. Why the passenger side? Wow, that's interesting. Well, I think we'll have to go through the rest at another time. We're going to hang out in the chat here for another 20 minutes. We'll kind of just browse through these. Yeah, let me zip down here to all these new messages here. Good to see you, Sinbad. All right. Hey, Big Fish. They just took all the clothes he might have worn. Yeah, because I think they have a way to put it in this vacuum and, try to suck out any DNA that might be hiding within the fibers even. Yeah, that dude's tiny. Like, I'm a little guy and he makes me sound big. Like a size 8 shoe. Not to bash anybody, but that just shows you he's a little guy, and that might be why they underestimated him or didn't think he was capable. Like, oh, little Tyke was out there for a hike. Bless his little heart. Not knowing. Oh, yeah, this is something that I did see earlier. Thought this was interesting. The court will please enter the following minutes. State of Indiana by Nicholas C. McClelland. Prosecuting attorney files probable cause affidavit executed by Tony Leggett and information for count 1 murder of felony and count 2 murder of felony. The defendant being in custody, the court determines that probable cause does exist. This is when they set the bond. I think this is what caused some confusion. Looks worse than my handwriting. That was probably Leggett. Diener's like, "Yep, I'll sign it and then I'm out. I don't want anything to do with this." Man, now that it's confirmed that it was Doolin, that's crazy. Because I always had this weird, I'm not trying to accuse the guy or anything, but man, I always had this weird feeling about him. Like little kids missing and a lot of my suspicion has to do with the BTK killer and him being a park ranger. That's really what it's based on. This is my wild imagination. Nothing factual. But man, that is very interesting. So yeah, a lot of verification in these documents. Damn, Beach Fairy says I count 19 phones they took out of that house. Who has 19 phones? Like I might have one or two laying in the garage somewhere in a drawer. But man, were these guys setting up shop? I'm so curious to know what he was doing with all those phones. $19 phones. Like, dude. And I think they even found a pager or something. What the hell are you doing with a pager? He might just be a pack rat. Katie says he was wetting down and eating documents his attorneys gave to him. Yeah, we read that earlier in the stream. Like, who? That's a first. That's the first time I've ever heard something like that. Like, who does that? Either you're really crazy or you're trying to act like it. But it doesn't seem like he was crazy when he admitted to his wife that he did, committed the crime. Because it sounds like it was right around the time he was arrested. Hey, Candy. Yep. And we're going to hang out tomorrow morning. We'll talk about it. Give me a chance to read everything from top to bottom. If I don't fall asleep reading it. Plus, this will give a chance for a lot of other people to get their eyes on it, start pulling the documents, tearing it apart and finding what's worth looking at, what's worth talking about. Is it news? Is it new? So we'll take some time. Jackie, I think some of the knives and the descriptions were interesting because we don't know what that brown item is. It's kind of hanging down. And sometimes if you're analyzing the image, it looks like there's some kind of strange knife, like a large knife with maybe like a custom handle on it. Burner flip phones all day coming out of Richard Allen's. I agree. Danielle says, "Not sure how I feel about Kathy now." You know what? I've always kind of stood back from that because I didn't want to make any judgments about it. But yeah, I mean, I have my suspicions. Yep, Beach Fairy, 100%. I wonder if they were able to find the phone. I wonder if any of those phones match the phone that he was supposedly using the day of the murders. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Especially if he was muddy and bloody when he gets into his car all muddy and bloody and then tries to wash it down maybe. Yeah, I wonder if they did find anything in his vehicle. Yeah, I'm getting pack rat vibes after reading all that. I'm kind of that way with phone chargers. And USB cables. I have a box just filled with like, I don't know, everything you purchase now comes with a USB cable. It's a good question, Olivia. There may not be one. But now that we know that Richard Allen was most likely on a phone, and we know that Anthony Schatz was logging into a phone and also stated that he was going to meet her there that day. I mean, that whole theory got a lot stronger for me after reading that. I don't know about you. Here's the redacted one. Subpoenas for the prison he's at. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Go ahead and check the description here if you don't have the link to these documents so that you can download them yourself. And we'll go over them again tomorrow. And don't forget, members, we're doing the giveaway and the raffle today at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't miss that. You have to be present to win. I've already pulled the members list to put it on the will. And it'll be a quick little live stream, about 20 minutes. And we'll give away some merch. If you have any questions, follow up. If you're part of that replay crew, you know what to do. Drop a comment. If you can, hit the like button on the way out. And we'll do a follow-up on this first thing in the morning. And members, I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great night.